President Donald Trump has an apparent lead over former Vice President Joe Biden in a close contest for Texas' 38 electoral votes, according to a new poll of likely voters in the state released today. Trump has the support of 49% of Texas likely voters, Biden is at 46%, other candidates on the ballot are at 4% and 1% are undecided. The poll of 882 likely voters carries a margin of error of plus or minus 4.3%. While male poll respondents are more likely to vote for Trump, 52% drunk, 42% Biden. Trump is polling nearly even with Biden among women in Texas, 49% Biden, 47% drunk. Biden likely needs to widen the gender gap in order to carry the state. More on voters' support by party. Agent education is available at http://www.tomi.edu/polls. While Trump is slightly ahead of Biden with likely voters, 50% say they approve and 49% disapprove of the president. Among those who approve, 37% do so strongly and 13% somewhat. Among Trump disapprovers, 40% strongly disapprove of the way he is handling his job as president. Among Democrats, 95% disapprove of Trump's job performance, including 83% who strongly disapprove. Among independents, 60% disapprove of his job performance, including 39% who strongly disapprove. Among the 92% of Republicans who approve of Trump's job performance, 69% strongly approve. Trump is hanging on to a lead in Texas, but Republicans shouldn't be celebrating. Once a stronghold, statewide races continue to tighten, and a loss in Texas would not only guarantee a Biden presidency, it would signal a landslide. The fact that Biden is keeping it close is cold comfort, said Joshua Dyke, director of the U.S. Lowell Center for Public Opinion and associate professor of political science. Asked about their opinions on whether either candidate and their allies are trying to cheat to win the election, slightly less than half of Texas likely voters say that Biden and his allies have been cheating a great deal, 32%, or somewhat, 16%, while half say that Trump and his allies have been cheating a great deal, 36%, or somewhat, 14%. As expected, these numbers break down by party identification, but the perception of partisan cheating by Trump among Democrats is higher. 72% of Democrats think Trump and his allies are cheating a great deal, and 57% of Republicans think Biden and his allies are cheating a great deal. In the closely watched U.S. Senate race in Texas, Republican incumbent John Cornyn leads Democratic challenger M.J. Hagar 50% to 40%, with 1% saying they will vote for another candidate and 9% undecided. While Cornyn leads by a comfortable margin, his lead also does not necessarily project strength, rather that he is running against a relatively unknown challenger. Cornyn is leading among Republicans 91% to Hagar's 3%, while Hagar leads among Democrats 83% to 7%. However, Hagar also leads among independents by 9 points, 44% to 35%. Notably, 10% of Democrats and 11% of independents remain undecided, compared to only 6% of Republicans. As a challenger, Hagar's relative anonymity among Texas voters shows up in her favorables. She has a net favorability rating of plus 35% to 22%, but a large number of Texas voters either have no opinion of her, 26%, or have never heard of her, 17%. Cornyn, by contrast, is not a particularly popular incumbent. His favorability rating is net neutral, 38% favorable, 38% unfavorable, while 19% of likely voters have no opinion of the senator and 5% have never heard of him. Poll respondents were also asked whether the next Supreme Court Justice, the replacement for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, should be appointed by the current president or by the winner of the 2020 presidential election. Here, we see a majority. 54% of Texas likely voters say that the winner of the presidential election should appoint Ginsburg's successor to the High Court, while 46% say that the sitting president should appoint her successor. Poll also found the following among likely Texas voters: Governor Greg Abbott has an approval rating of 55%, 28% strongly approve, 27% somewhat approve. Texas voters are split on whether it is safe to reopen local public schools. A slim majority, 51%, of Texas likely voters think it's not safe to reopen local public schools for face-to-face instruction. 26% say definitely not safe, 25% say probably not safe, 28% say probably safe, 21% say definitely safe. Asked who they think will win the 2020 presidential election, Texas likely voters give Trump the edge. 49% say Trump will win and 37% say Biden will win. 63% of likely voters say the country has gotten off on the wrong track, while 37% think things in the country are headed in the right direction. Texas provides absentee ballots only to those voters who are unable to vote in person, i.e., they must provide a valid excuse. All other voters are expected to vote in person, but Texas does offer early voting between October 13th and October 30. Among likely voters, 15% say they plan to vote by mail, 64% say they plan to vote early, in person, while 22% plan to vote in person on election day. Among those who intend to vote by mail, Biden leads 69% to 25%. Among intended early voters, Trump leads 50% to 46%, and among election day voters, Trump leads 66% to 29%. Detailed poll results, including top line and methodology, are available at http://www.tony.edu/polls. The nonpartisan poll is independently funded by the University of Massachusetts Lowell's Center for Public Opinion, which conducts public opinion polling at the state and national levels. The nationally recognized center uses the latest technology and highest standards in its surveys and is a member of the American Association for Public Opinion Research's Transparency Initiative. The center's events and polls on political and social issues provide unique opportunities for civic engagement, experiential learning and research. The poll of 882 likely Texas voters was independently funded by the University of Massachusetts Lowell, which has more than 1,000 students and alumni who hail from the Lone Star State. The survey was designed and analyzed by the UMass Lowell Center for Public Opinion and fielded by YouGov from September 18 through September 25. It has an adjusted margin of error of ±4.3%. Full poll methodology is available at http://www.tony.edu/polls. In addition to the survey of likely voters in Texas, the Center for Public Opinion also released polls in 2 other states today. The findings include, in New Hampshire, former Vice President Joe Biden leads President Donald Trump by 8 points, 52% to 44%. In the races for U.S. Senator and Governor, both incumbents lead by double digits. U.S. Senator Jan Shaheen leads Republican challenger Corky Messmer 56% to 37%. Governor Chris Sununu leads Democratic challenger Dan Phelps 60% to 34%. Poll of 657 likely New Hampshire voters conducted Sept. 17 through September 25 with an adjusted margin of error of plus or minus 4.6%. In North Carolina, Trump and Biden are tied with 47% support of likely voters. In the race for U.S. Senate, Democratic challenger Kat Cunningham leads Republican incumbent Tom Tillis 49% to 43%. Incumbent Democratic Governor Roy Cooper leads Republican challenger Dan Forest 54% to 41%. Poll of 921 likely North Carolina voters conducted September 18 through September 25 with a margin of error of plus or minus 4.1%. Let's block ads. Why?
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.